Hello there, my name is Simon Lines aka Mwalimu, and welcome to another part of the Lightroom class that I've been offering. This being the fifth part of that particular series, I'm going to be dwelling on the topic of importing your files and your videos if you're going to be using this for video, but I don't encourage that into Lightroom because, like I said in the previous video and in the first video where I did the introduction, for you to make use of Lightroom in editing your photos, you have to get your photos into the software. So like think of it like a factory operation whereby the photos that you take are the raw materials, then you put them into the factory, which is Lightroom. Then out of that you get the finished product, which is your edited photos that you're going to be exporting after you're done transforming your images like you want to. So the first step, of course, I said is culling, because at the point of us importing, we do not want to import our waste and our junk into the editing software. I know that is one way of doing it, but personally I prefer separating my junk from my good raw material before getting it into the software. So whatever I'm going to be getting into the software is going to be what I culled in the previous video, and in the previous video I talked about culling using Picasa. So in case you missed that out, please go and watch that video and I know the process of culling and separating your photos, such that whenever you're going to the editing software, you're only taking what you're going to be needing and what you're going to be editing with into the editing software. So for you to get your photos into Lightroom, there's one thing that you have to make sure. Number one, let me first of all get my software running. So let me load that. There's two ways of getting photos into Lightroom. Okay, the first one is starting with the file itself, then taking it to Lightroom. Then the second way is starting from the software, then looking for the file. I'm going to teach you both, and you can pick whatever works for you. Okay, so without further ado, here is the software. It has loaded with the last photos I was working on. These are photos for my catalog. This is the beauty category of it, because you can see a lot of beauty shots. And one of the first things that you have to get right before you get files, you import files into Lightroom, is you have to be in the library mode of this particular software. Because like I said in the video about the interface and the menus and the things, the layout of the software, we are going to be making use of two modes of the software. That is the library mode that we are in at the moment, and the develop mode. So in case you are developing your photos previously and you try to import photos to this particular point, is not going to be possible. So the first thing that you have to make sure that you have set right, whether you're importing from the file or from the software, is be in the library mode of Lightroom. Okay, then from there the rest is very easy. If you're starting with the file, that is going to be what I'm going to be showing you first. Just open where your files are, open your Explorer. Just hit Windows E. Then I'm going to explore to where my files are, and they're supposed to be in this particular folder in the month of July, Wajuku, and I have this particular set of folders, photos that I'm supposed to import to Lightroom. So from here, it is a very simple drag and drop operation. Okay, so you can drag a single photo like this. So let me assume I want to import this photo of Miche into Lightroom. I'm just going to, like I said in the software, I have the software in library mode. So I'm going to go to the photo. Here it is. Then I'm just going to drag and drop this single photo into the software like that. Then I'm going to let go, and automatically the software is going to take me into the import window. And as you can see, I only have one photo selected. The rest of them are not selected. So that means that I'm only going to import one photo if I click import. So if I hit import like that, you can see I'm only going to import one photo from that particular folder into Lightroom. Okay, and now the same is possible for us to import a whole folder. So if I go back to the same folder, here we are. I'm going to go back one step like that. Then I'm going to drag and drop the whole folder to Lightroom. Okay, so I'm going to drag and drop the whole folder like that, drop it here, and then of course it's going to take me to the import window. And like you can see, the first photo that I had already imported is not here, because you cannot import the same photo twice to Lightroom. You can only import it once. So in case you go importing a photo or a folder, then you notice all your photos are grayed out like this one is. That one means that that particular photo is already in Lightroom. You cannot import it again. Okay, so I'm going to hit import like that, and immediately I'm going to get all my photos here. So if I come to the left side of my software here, I can basically see as many folders like I have imported. Okay, so the name of this particular folder was select to edit. Let me look for it. Here it is. And now you can see it has all the photos that I wanted, including the first photo that had not been imported as that particular batch, because it was already there in the collection. So the photo is already there also. So that is the first way of importing photos to Lightroom. That is used starting from the file, then dragging and dropping the file into the software, whether as a single file or as a whole batch, because it is possible for you to import a single file or for you to import a whole folder, maybe from an event. So what is the other way of doing it? So I'm going to remove this particular folder. I'm going to where is it? I'm going to remove it so that I can import it again. So I'm going to assume I'm already in Lightroom and I want to import my photos from the software. Okay, the first process was starting from the file. Now I'm going to start from the software, and the process is, if you go to your file menu up here, then you're going to find an import option. So you're going to click import photos and video. Then it's going to take you to the previous menu you have been in, and that is the import menu. And now from here, you just have to come to your computer here and navigate to your file. So you need to remember where your files are. Okay, so mine are in lines, disk G, then in 2024, then in the month of July, then the folder is Wajukus, then this the particular folder I want to import. So from here, I have the option of as it is, you can see all the photos in this particular folder have been highlighted. That means that if I click import, I'm going to be importing all of them. Okay, and now if I come up here and unclick this particular tick, all of them are going to get deselected, and now I can actively select how many photos I want to import. I can maybe click on this one, give it a tick, another one, and another one, and I'm going to import these 4 photos. So the moment I hit import, I'm going to get the 4 photos imported for me, and here they are. So that's how you can import single photos using from the software side of things. And the same it is possible for us to import a folder. Okay, so I'm going to go to the file again, import photos and videos. So then I'm going to navigate to where my files are, this one right here, and now I'm just going to click import. Like you can see, when you click a folder, all the photos within that particular folder by default get selected. Like you can see here, all of them are selected, apart from those that we had already imported, because like I said previously, you cannot import the same photo twice. Once you import it, you can only remove it, then import it again. So I'm going to hit import like that, and immediately all my photos are going to load here. Okay, remember there are some photos that had already been imported. So if I come back here and select on the folder, I can now get all my photos visible, and now I have my photos ready for the next stage of the process, which is developing, maybe fixing the exposure, fixing their lighting, fixing their color, maybe cropping, rotating, and things like that. So that is how you import your photos to Lightroom. Like I said, you can start from the file and just drag and drop, or you can start from the software and go to the import menu. And in case you want to use the import menu in Lightroom, the shortcut is Control Shift and I. So Control plus Shift plus I for iPhone, you're going to get the import menu. So just like that, Control Shift and I, and here's my import menu. Then from here I can navigate to where my files are, and I can import them. So once you import your files, you get what you call a catalog. So all of these are catalogs, different of them. Like you can see, all of these are catalogs of different images, different jobs, different clients. And now just to clarify, these catalogs are virtual copies of the files that we had. That means that whatever you're going to be doing to these particular photos is not going to affect the original photos that we have in the folder, but they are directly tied to the original photos that we have. That means that in case we go to this particular location and delete these photos, they are going to be missing in Lightroom also. Okay, so until you're done editing your photos, do not delete the master files. Okay, always have these, because the virtual copies of these that we have in Lightroom and the catalog is dependent on the existence of these files. So the moment you delete this particular folder, you not have anything to edit in Lightroom. And that is the end of this particular video, where I was tackling the topic of importing photos and photos to Lightroom using both ways, starting from the file by dragging and dropping, or starting from the software using the import menu, which is Control Shift and I. So see you guys in the next one as we get into the process of developing these photos. The name is Simon Lines, aka Mwalimu, and See you later.